Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel and blog. I'm Jenny Hall. Thanks for joining me for another card making tutorial. Today I have a technique to share with you. I'm going to make color puddles on a piece of watercolor paper. You could also use regular cardstock as long as it's nice and thick. And there's a couple of different ways you can go about this technique. The one that I'm going to show you today is the one that I find to be the easiest. I'm taking a stamp pad, and for this project I'm using mint macaron, and I have a sheet of plastic that is from one of my children's their tablet, and I cut it up into just a small enough piece for me to be able to bring over to the card and have manipulate it. Basically I can squish it and squash it and turn it any way I need to. So the whole theory of this is to create a small color, a small amount of color, and have it actually be something that I can make as part of the background, yet still be a nice feature of the card. I don't want to use a color of ink pad that is going to be really wild and in your face unless that's the whole theme of the card that I'm going for. For this card, as you'll see as the project progresses, mint macaron is going to be a complement to the designer series paper colors that I'm using. Take your stamp pad and just kind of squash a little bit of it on the plastic and then spritz some water. You control how much water, and then that is all that's needed to get over to your watercolor paper. This is also kind of like ink smooching, and that's one of my favorite ways to watercolor, and it is an easy way for you to get a natural look. I'm going to do some heat embossing on top of this paper, and I wanted to create a big enough space to where I could kind of choose what it's going to look like where I put this little carousel horse. The stamp set I'm using is Carousel Birthday, and there's lots of different images to choose from. And I wanted to have this be able to complement Blooms and Bliss Designer Series paper. This Designer Series paper is available until May 31st, and then it will be retired. And it's already on first come first served basis, as it is one of the retiring products from the 2016 catalog. So if you like this paper as much as I do, I suggest you jump right on it. I took another piece of the Designer Series paper and I fuzzy cut some of the flowers, and I wanted to bring those flowers up into the die cut. To create the medallion in the middle, I used this Stitched Shapes framelits dies, and it cuts the watercolor paper just right, and it leaves that nice little stitch marks around it. So I'm making different things with the flowers, and I brought some of them up to lay on top of each other, and I really like how there's a different pattern on the back side of this. It's a perfect way to get a really great look and a generous amount of color on the front and on the underside of the actual little pieces of flower that I fussy cut. It's easy. It's already there in your craft stash. We all love and hoard the Designer Series paper. It's a nice way to use it. And this way I'm able to get a little bit more mileage out of the paper. I'm using the liquid glue to place directly on the flower cuts and put them onto the die cut and around the die cut. And I made sure to have them kind of go to the edge of the card but not go off of the card. Here are some basic rhinestones that echo the colors that I'm using, and I used a couple of them for the centers of the flowers, and I'm going to leave the inside of the card blank as I want to make it into a note card. Thank you guys for taking the time to join me today for another card making tutorial. I invite you to purchase supplies by visiting my blog at jennystampsup.com. This is one of the team ideas that I have for my craft team this month. If you wish to join my craft team, just click the button at jennystampsup.com and I'll contact you as soon as possible. Thanks again. Have a great day.
Hi, my name is Trip. Thanks for watching the video. See you next time.